I haven't seen many people around here.
Yeah, the island's population has been reduced to just a few friends of mine. And this guy dressed like a monk who arrived last night. Plus me and the military guys, as you've observed.
Tell me about that guy who looks like a monk.
He must have gotten here last night after I closed up. He hasn't budged all morning and didn't even notice when I went to say hi. Maybe he's deaf, like my ex.
Mikhail?
No, Renee. He was a better man than most. He was deaf as a doorknob, but he could listen so much better than the average male.
Why didn't they evacuate you and your friends?
They let me stay a few days longer. Colonel's orders. I don't know why, though. And my two friends stayed because Knife took Kai for a ride in his motorboat, so the military guys didn't find them till they got back.
Talk to me about your friend Kai.
The poor thing lost his leg to a shark, but he's still the best surfer Mala Island has ever seen. And he comes from a long line of amazing witch doctors. His grandfather, the last kahuna in the family saga, even had his own TV show.
Tell me about Knife.
He goes for the heart-stopping excitement, but he's fickle. Every once in a while, he gets obsessed with a new hobby. Right now, it's surfing, and that's all he thinks about. Lately, the waves around here have been smaller than in a kiddie pool, so he spends the day island hopping in his speedboat in search of killer waves. Oh, and then there's Koala, his son, but you'd better just meet him for yourself.
Where can I find your friends?
They live together at Alawala Cove. If you want to meet them, just follow the highway toward the northeast, and you'll come across their hut. I recommend it as a day trip. It's a lovely spot. Some people think Tiki Temple ruins are prettier, but since they're in the militarized zone, visits are out of the question.
Do you get along with the military guys here on the island?
That first night, they all came here to get sloshed. But then I think the colonel forbid them to return. Now he comes alone.
When did they get here?
About 3 days ago. They evacuated everyone, declared a state of emergency, and set up camp at the Tiki Temple ruins. Rumor has it there was some deadly virus running rampant, but I think the soldiers are being paid off by real estate speculators. They'll end up developing the island into a huge golf course for bored old moneybags, like my ex.
Are you talking about Charlie?
No, I meant Renako, an African millionaire who had petroleum coming out of his diamond-studded ears.
Do you know the man in charge of the troops?
The colonel? Yeah, he looks a lot like my ex, but with half the looks and twice the wrinkles. And he doesn't have that hot criminal look, of course.
Your ex-boyfriend, Brian?
No, Milo, a kid from Central Europe or somewhere around there.
I didn't know you liked older men.
It's not that I have anything for them. The only difference is on the surface, really. Inside, all men are equally childish, no matter what their age. But don't worry, most of us women like children.
After talking with him, it sounds like you got him sailing the Love Boat.
Love boat? Well, he can batten down the hatches and lower his mast, because there's no way I'm riding his love vessel. Plus, I can't stand tobacco smoke, and last night he came here smoking this big fat stogie. It gave off a hideous stench.
I don't like talking about that guy.
Don't look at me. You're the one who brought him up.
Military men bore me. I'm changing the subject.
Well, my ex-boyfriend was a military thug, and he really made me laugh.
Mikhail?
No, Tiru, a hilarious sergeant from India.
I suppose you didn't hear any of those soldiers mention a girlfriend of mine who fell into the lake.
Well, well, a girl. And here I was thinking you didn't have a girlfriend.
No, she isn't my girlfriend.
You sure? Look straight into my eyes and tell me she's not your girlfriend. Into my eyes, Kaimi. A little bit higher. Higher. There.
She's my cousin.
You lie worse than my ex.
Charlie?
No, Lopati. A gorgeous Polynesian hunk.
She is not my girlfriend.
Well, that's just too bad for her, isn't it? You're a bit of a liar, but an adorable one.
You're wrong. My friend is really a soccer ball. necessary on any worthwhile desert island.
Men, the only time they don't think about balls is when they're playing with them.
Hey, look! It's a cockatoo impaled on a stake.
Talk about getting off topic.
Let's talk about something else.
All right, if that's the best you can come up with.
It doesn't seem like you have much work.
Well, before the military got here, my boss didn't give me a moment of tropical island peace. Wait on the bar. Go down to the storeroom. Clean up the photo stand. Shoo those lemurs off the bucking bronco. Put on a skimpier outfit.
Sounds like you have a great boss. Huh.
If only you knew. Once I thought it might be nice to set out some trays of fresh coconut, and he said, "I don't pay you to think." If I get so bold as to give a free drink to a customer, he threatens to fire me, because he's the biggest skinflint in the Pacific. And on top of that, when the soldiers came, he ran off like a sissy, but told me that if I closed up shop, he'd fire me.
What was it you said about a bunch of lemurs?
I know it sounds weird, but a few years ago, a Japanese boat full of giant lemurs sunk nearby. It was headed for New York. Anyway, the lemurs swam to shore and took over the beach. You can't imagine what lushes they were. If I turned my back for a second, they'd rip off all the booze. They were bombed day and night, destroying everything they got their little prehensile paws on, until we managed to run them into the jungle on the other side of the island.
Well, I suppose this bar isn't exactly the workplace of your dreams, is it?
Don't be so sure. I've had worse jobs. I even worked in Hollywood as a makeup artist. It sounds all glamorous at first, but when you have to turn 3,000 midgets into extraterrestrials, all the glitz and bling bling starts to fade.
So, how did you manage to find work in Hollywood?
You know, the same way everyone gets a break in the movie world.
Maybe you should save it for another time. There may be minors reading this.
What a dirty little mind you have. I got my break thanks to my mom, who was a makeup artist. She would take me to film shoots before I learned to walk.
Oh, doing movie makeup must be a hard job.
Not really. Maybe it used to be. But ever since they came out with Grease Paint Pro, you can make your grandma look like a star, as the slogan says.
What is that Grease Paint Pro thing?
It's the computer software we movie makeup artists use. You can scan a picture of the character you want to create, another of the person you're making over, and in a few seconds it gives you a range of makeup options, along with the list of the products you'll need, the features you should accentuate or cover up. To put it simply, it's a very expensive wonder program that only big production companies can afford.
But with Grease Paint Pro alone, it's not enough, is it? I bet it's useless without your talent.
They're all essential. The computer, the talent, the scanner, the printer, and of course, the makeup products. I don't mean to brag, but I have them all. The great thing about having a computer geek as a boyfriend is that he can set up a home machine for you that's better than the ones most professionals use.
I don't mean to butt into your business, but are you talking about Mikhail?
No, Koji-san, this guy from Tokyo.
What were we chatting about?
All you men are the same. You're so busy looking at our cleavage, you can't pay attention to what we're saying. So it makes no difference. We can talk about whatever you wish.
Did you work on any famous films?
I wouldn't know. I never go to the movies. I mainly worked in horror movies until I met this director. We started going out, and he hired me to do 3 movies all at the same time.
You don't say. I bet his name was Andy. Or maybe it was Larry.
You're a really bad guesser. Anyway, his name was Peter. He made films in Australia, or did something down under.
You don't look like a makeup artist. Or a waitress, for that matter.
I'm not sure if I want to know what you see me as.
I'm gonna take a stroll. See ya later on.
See you around.
It's full of sand, ash, cigarette butts, and that looks like a cigar holder. I bet I can find some use for that. If I remember right, that's the brand Kordsmeyer smokes. Special cocktails for $5. Sure, why not? Look, Ilani, could I borrow your chalkboard?
Go ahead. Nobody's ordering any cocktails around here anymore.
It comes with chalk, too. From the look of those stains, it must form part of more than one dog's territory. I'm not exactly dying to open it, but let's see what's inside. I hope it smells better inside than outside. Bags of trash, old newspapers. Ooh, this could be totally usable. Almost a whole stick of butter. And no, nothing else in there looks recyclable, at least for now. My goodness, the collateral damage of tourism. If you ask me, rodeos and, of course, bucking broncos are about as Hawaiian as koalas, just to give an example. It's not exactly in tip-top shape, but I guess it might pass a safety inspection, if the inspector survived, that is. No, it's such a wreck something might happen to me. Plus, it probably doesn't even work. That's the weight of the machinery that makes the bronco buck. Yeah, maybe I'll find something interesting. Or maybe something dangerous. What a mess! The only danger inside there is getting tetanus with all that rusty metal. It has a metal hook at the end. Okay, it could be handy. Huh, it looks like the other end of the cable is hooked onto something down there. Sure, I'll take a glance under the shack. It's pretty dark. I'll get a little closer. I knew it! The cable is caught up in the roots of a palm tree. He must have been stuck here for ages, and I can't get it untied. I don't know what this darn cable is for, but it's sure stuck tight. Yeah, maybe if I grease the knot, it'll come loose. Presto, it's untied. With all that effort to untie it, I'm not leaving it there. He looks like a character from The Name of the Rose. Hello, nice man. Hello? Yoo-hoo! Nothing. Either this guy's deaf or he's on a real trip. I hope he sees lots of planets on the way. Oh, look! He moves and everything. Did that mean yes? Hi, my name is Brian. Nice to meet you. I guess he can only nod to express the idea of yes. Man, How innovative. Do you know any other tricks? Wow, he can shake his head to say no, too. You didn't happen to see a girl fall out of the sky lately, did you? Maybe a monk isn't the person to ask about a woman, so I'll rephrase the question. Have you seen a man with no hair on his face fall out of the sky? Maybe you saw her fall and thought it was a miracle. I have a hunch you're not going to be much help, so I'll just drop the subject. I can't see your face very well, but I get the sinking feeling we've met before. You're a whiz at saying yes or no, but I don't know if you really understand me or if you just have a nervous tick. Did you stop nodding and shaking your head for some reason, or are you a member of a binary sect? Do you understand my language, or do you just say yes and no at random? Maybe you don't make any other gestures out of spite. You're not a big talker, so there's no reason to ask whether you can read or write. I think I've gotten a bit mixed up, so let's change the subject. We'll chat some other time, okay? Good luck, my friend. This guy may know something, but if he keeps talking that way, it'll be hard to discern the important part, besides the fact that, luckily, he isn't deaf. Okie doke, let's see if he knows how to write. Hey guy, I found a chalkboard for you. If I give it to you, you can write on it, and you won't be stuck just saying yes and no. Do you mean yes, you'll still answer yes and no, or yes, you won't? It doesn't matter. Here, take it. Thank you. You're welcome, man. You see, I wanted to ask you a few questions. Get to the point. So, you're in a hurry now? No, running out of chalk. A girlfriend of mine fell into the lake. Are you sure you haven't seen her? Very sure. What are you doing here? I have a mission to accomplish. What kind of mission do you mean, if I may ask? You may not. If you have a mission, then you're not a monk, you're a missionary. And you are a twit. Maybe it'd be better to change the subject. Okay. Father, I have sinned. What are you telling me for? What a useless monk. I am no monk. Are you mute or just pretending? Long time since I used Earthling speech organs. Earthling? Don't tell me you come from another planet. Chalk almost gone. So soon? Well, it did last quite a while. Low quality. Shoot, it ran out just when this was starting to get interesting. Anyway, man, if I find something else for you to write with, we'll continue this convo.